Hey guys, it's me, ya boy, Skinny Penis. So I just want to start this video off by saying that during actually filming the video, I was on FaceTime with someone, so you see me talking, but, I'm not talking to the camera. So, just in case you haven't found out yet, this is a special effects makeup tutorial thing. And I first start out by using Elmer's glue and a standard makeup brush that's old and ruined, and I just put glue on the area that I'm going to be doing the special effects on. And I apply it in a pretty big area because I would rather have, more space than not enough space, you know what I mean? After I do that, I take a square of toilet paper, just standard toilet paper, and I put it on there as smooth as I can. It doesn't really matter. You glue the whole thing on there, and I'm just tearing around the edges so I don't have extra toilet paper because that can get very annoying. As you can also notice, I did it really close to my eye. Bad idea. Don't do that. Don't do what I say, not as I do. But yeah, I have 2-ply toilet paper, so I just peel it apart, if you know what I mean. And I just apply one sheet to my face at a time, and then I put glue over it and put it on and repeat that process until I have like 2 or 3 layers. Right here, I am starting with a claw mark on my face. And I'm just twisting a piece of toilet paper, and you can't really see because, I was stupid enough to not show this on camera, but I'm brushing glue on it now. Later in here in a couple minutes, I learned that brushing it on isn't good. Just flat out dipping it in the glue and running my fingers across it works better than just brushing it on. I'm securing it down with more glue to make sure that, it doesn't peel up or come off while I'm trying to do the rest of my makeup. Now we're going to be moving on to the blisters on my skin. I ripped a piece of just one single square toilet paper in half. I peeled it apart, and I'm gluing it to one side of the little toilet paper part of my face. As you can see, it's starting to tear up toilet paper, and that actually worked in my favor because I'm trying to get that peeled up and trying to get it look, peely and gross and irritated. Don't do what I'm doing, especially not with scissors. I was way too lazy to get a butter knife, but you could use just a plastic knife with tiny, unsharp serrated edges. That works just fine. And as you can see, I haven't let the glue dry yet. I'm doing this while the glue is wet. It's much easier to tear because glue and toilet paper turns into like a solid plaster when it dries. So, yeah, again, don't use scissors like I did because I'm stupid. Use a plastic knife, just a regular plastic knife that you can get in the frickin' 4th of July section at the store. And I just want to let this dry until it's dry and hardened and all secure because next we're going to be applying foundation to it. Once it's all dry, I put on a foundation that's like a summer shade, and it's not very liquidy. It's kind of more of a paste. Well, they're all paste, but it's more of a paste than a liquid. It's not thick, but it's thicker than usual, And I'm using an old beauty blender to apply that everywhere to make it blend into my skin a little bit. I'm using a darker shade because when we put cornstarch over it, coming more to that later, and the eyeshadow over it, the summer shade would look very nice with the rest of my skin. Now I'm just using cornstarch and I'm going over it with a brush. I'm dipping it in cornstarch, shaking it off so I don't have a ton of cornstarch on there. Wearing a black shirt was not the move, and you'll see in a second. There it is. But yeah, I'm just putting that over it, and I use cornstarch because it really sets it in place. You could use setting powder, but cornstarch really sets it in place, makes it really dry, and it makes it a little bit more pale and desaturated. the part where I want to say it gets a little bit gory. So I'm using fake blood to fill in the wounds. We'll use more of it later, but I'm not using a whole lot here. I'm just using it to mark the areas where there's going to be blood, because with eyeshadow, you don't want that all over everything. Well, you do, but in certain proportions. With blood, you can have that everywhere. So I was just putting that on there to mark where the actual wounds are. Now I'm going in with the James Charles palette because he has very nice and saturated colors. And I'm going in with his palette, and I'm using, I don't know their names, but I'm using this red, this purple, and the black. I don't know their names. I lost the sheet of names. But I'm using that, and I'm going now in the wounds a tiny bit more carefully than I was with the blood, just to make it look very nasty and make it look like muscle. My palette mirror is blocking everything, but I'm just going in and adding more depth with the eyeshadow and adding more of the red and purple tone to make it look more irritated and bruised and, you know, nasty. Because I have to chop that. I'll get to the editing point when I get there. That was it for today's video. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think in the comments below. And I'll see you lovies in the next video. Bye.